Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to do your card for today. Just have a little shuffle of this black and white Faulkner Tarot deck and just see what the cards have got in store for us today. Okay, let's just have a little look and see what we've got going on today. Okay. The card for today is the Chariot. Chariot is major arcana card, so it's quite a big card. It's all about making things happen. It's about forward movement. It can be a little bit of conflict around this card, but actually today I'm kind of drawn to the side of the card that's quite empty. So that to me is saying we've got a clear route ahead of us and it's time that we can motor on. We can start to make some progress. We can start to move forward. When I'm looking at the Chariot card, it's very much to me about being in control of your own vehicle. So it's like I've often said to people when I've been reading for them and I've had the Chariot card come up for them, would you let somebody else, if you were in a car and you were working the pedals, would you let somebody else use the steering wheel for you? Or would you want to be doing everything? This card does say very much it's time for you to direct your energy towards your destination. So rather than kind of just floating along, going with the flow, and there are days when going with the flow is a great thing to do, today feels more about getting focused, getting direct, knowing where your path is and heading off down that path. Chariot card's very much about that. It's about moving forward and getting into the direction that you really want to go in. Kind of has a bit of a controlling element to it, but not in a restrictive way. This is more a direction, a choice of direction, and a conscious decision to move in a certain direction. So it's very much about you deciding where you want to go and you going for it. So it's a positive energy. Like I say, it can come up for conflict quite often, but I don't feel like that's the energy today. We do have a full moon on Saturday, which has a very conflicted energy to it. I will do a little post about that before Saturday, and I'll explain a little bit more about that, but it's a very conflicted energy this next full moon, so it's not an easy one, but it's one where you can come out of it having made some decisions and kind of had with a little bit more clarity and a little bit more understanding of yourself as well, if you go with how this full moon pans out. Quite a lot of emotional stuff going on around that, especially around relationships. But I will do that in full a bit later on. I'm kind of just rambling on while I'm shuffling these energy oracle decks. So yeah, for today, Chariot, clear view down the road. We're moving in the right direction. We're driving our own car, so we have our own. We have our hands on the steering wheel. We know where we're going. Very important to keep that energy directed. Don't go wandering off in a direction just because somebody else wants you to go that way. You know, don't get distracted from where you want to go. So kind of through the day or through the next 24 hours, always bring it back to where you want to go. So when you've got somebody tugging at your sleeve at work and saying, no, look at this, you know, you might need to be saying to that person, yep, happy to look at that for you, but I need to look at that tomorrow because today I need to be doing on this. It's about keeping focus and keeping on your mission, not other people's. Okay, so the card that I've got supporting this is really interesting because it does support this quite nicely, and it is the Door to Value card in the Energy Oracle deck. I really love these cards because they're just so pretty. They're so beautifully done. Really lovely imagery. You probably can't see it brilliantly there, but if you wanted to look at them online, they're the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Really beautiful oracle deck, and as you can see, well, hopefully you can see a little bit, this card does talk about opening the door to to value. So that could be anything. That could be more money, it could be more spare time, it could be focusing more on your career. It's what you value, okay? And what we value, we all have our core values that kind of go with us throughout life, and they may change a little bit, but mostly they'll stay around about the same. They're kind of like your moral compass. But at different stages in our life, we value different things. You know, at one point in your life, you may be really focused on how much money can I get in? What do I do with my house? How do I make my house bigger? What do I, you know, how do I make my house more comfortable? At a different point in your life, you might be screaming out saying, I don't really care about the money, I just want more time to myself. You know, I need to focus more on things that I enjoy. And you know, you start to value different things come into your life at different times, and there are different values. So we all have different things that we can value. So the Chariot card with this card together, it's kind of asking you to think about what it is that you value. Sometimes we all get so, you know, stuck in our own little bit of tunnel vision that we just keep going and we keep going and we keep going and we keep going. And sometimes what we need to do is just stop for a minute and think about, are we making progress towards something that we actually value, or are we just motoring blindly down the motorway because other people are sending us that way and that's what's expected of us? So those two things together are quite clever, because what they're saying is, yes, decide what it is that you value and then go for it. Really, really nice combination of cards, really makes a lot of sense. That daughter value card is such a beautiful card. It really does talk about what is it that you value, and it's not all about money, it's not all about stuff. It could be your connection with spirit, it could be the fact that you have, you know, lovely family around you, it could be the fact that you've got great friends around you, it could be the fact that you spend have got some time to spend on your own personal development rather than everybody else's stuff. Whatever it is for you, doesn't matter actually what it is. It's what you value that's important, and that really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about that. So the cards are kind of very personal today, about you looking at what floats your boat and what direction you want to go in. So I'll leave that with you for today. Positive energy, very positive energy, all about you today, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you for today, and I'll be back again tomorrow to do another cards today. You'll be able to catch up with this on YouTube. I will upload it, so if anybody wants to listen to me ramble on again, you're more than welcome to do so. Thank you for tuning in, the guys that popped in on Periscope. And I'll leave up a link to my blog, which will have the information and blog, possibly a video as well, on the full moon that we're having on Saturday, which is quite a big deal. It probably won't be up today, but I'll pop the link on there, and I'll try and remember to put the link on for the next few YouTube videos as well, so that there's a link there for you to get that information if you need it. For now, have a really good day. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.